On today's show, we will discuss our response to challenges. And later, we'll talk to Denice Stone. Can't take it with you. You have for sure heard that somewhere. As John and I have been preparing to relocate from the Altoona area where we have lived over 30 years, I am realizing in a different way, you can't take it with you. I don't even want to take it with me. I really don't. All of the junk that I have, we're all like that, aren't we? And even more, when we meet Jesus one day, we're just going to stand with him, in front of him, by ourselves. We can't take it with us. And you know, our kids don't want our stuff. Our grandkids don't want our stuff. What we do want to leave behind is a legacy of faith, love, kindness, and goodness. I want to leave a legacy. When I leave this earth, I want people to say, oh my goodness, she loved Jesus. Friends, take a look at your life. Take a long, hard look. Because you can't take your stuff with you. But what you leave behind is very important. I hope that your family and your friends are going to look at your life when you're gone and say, oh my goodness, they loved Jesus. And we're just three women with big opinions, all backed by a biblical standpoint. Let's talk about it.
This segment is brought to you by Harry's Construction, whose motto is, if you can dream it, we can create it. They are the kitchen and bath design experts, so call Harry's Construction for all your remodeling needs.
Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. And girls, today we're gonna discuss what we do when challenges hit us. When things come our way we don't expect.
Hide in my room under my blanket.
I don't do real well.
Okay, I'm going to talk to y'all about how we handle challenges.
Yeah, Arlene,
These two are out
all
of it.
for you. You go. Teach us.
How do we stay on track with God
Yeah, I
and
mean,
keep trusting?
it's hard, but key is to be in the Word.
It is. It is.
It really
Because
is
you
key.
learn from those that went before you.
Yes.
And he's the same.
Right.
He's the same.
Yes. And that's what one of the things I have liked about doing the Bible recap, reading every year. You think, reading the Bible every year, it's the same thing. But I'm telling you, things hit different.
They do.
Things hit different.
They do.
And I have said on here before, if I was going to get a tattoo, it would be, He is faithful and I trust Him. Mm-hmm. That has been my mantra for the last few years. Mm-hmm. He is faithful and I trust Him. Now, He is faithful when I don't know what's happening. Mm-hmm. I have to trust Him because He has proven Himself faithful. Take the Bible out of it. In my own life, I can look back and say, oh my goodness, I can trust Him because He was faithful in this, in this, in this. He has proven Himself faithful over and over and over again. Over again. You add scripture to that, and He is faithful through the generations. Mm-hmm. Through the generations.
Absolutely.
And His faithfulness will not allow us to screw it up.
No, no, no.
He's bigger than our screw up.
Yes, He is.
Yeah. So if I were to ask you, when you're going through a challenge, What emotions seem to rise to the surface? Is there certain ones that you see rising?
For me, believe it or not, it's anger.
Yep.
Yep.
It's anger.
That's mine too.
That tends to be my go-to.
Yep.
That feel.
Anger that comes from frustration. It's kind of, they go together for me.
Okay. I could see, yeah, I could see that with myself.
I think for me, it's some of that, but it's a fear, or it's the loss of control, me not having control in the situation anymore. So then anger is the one for sure.
Anger sort of seems to be my safe feeling
Yeah.
because I can control that.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
But not anger at him, just anger.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah,
No.
yeah.
At
Yeah.
the situation.
Just spewing anger to anybody and
Yeah.
everyone
yes,
that's around.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But I don't like that feeling.
No,
I
absolutely.
don't
No, I
like
don't wanna
it.
be
I
there.
don't like it, and I try not to live in that space.
Yes,
too
to
long.
dwell in it.
Yeah,
To
because I
dwell
don't
in
like it.
What I try to do when I see myself going to that, I try to figure out what's the root. What am I feeling out of control about? What am I feeling fearful about? What that tends to lead me to be angry. And I try to get into the word more. Even just a script, just one verse. I will try to dwell in that and dwell in God's faithfulness.
That is a big help. Worship music for me is a big
Yes,
help.
it's very good
Yes,
for me.
yes.
Just changes my mindset and just puts me in a different headspace.
And I always think about this. Moses, what really screwed him up was he got mad and he struck the rock.
Yes,
Don't strike the rock
That's
when
right.
all you have to do is speak to it.
yes, yes.
Stop overreacting.
Don't we overreact
Yeah.
when we feel something is out of our control? You certainly don't, do you, Kelly?
No, I mean my shirt 5'2", but an attitude of 6'1". Yeah, it kind of goes with how I
And
am.
I don't know how y'all are. I have a worship song that it's "I Speak Jesus" by Charity Gale. A few years ago, y'all did that in the Easter program.
Yep.
And I don't know if you remember this or not. I was sitting sort of in the middle, down on the bottom, and you were over in that aisle. Because didn't y'all do that at the end?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Sort of. We were in
We're-
the aisle.
You were in the aisle.
Yes.
And you looked right at me and sang, "I speak Jesus," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And that was 3 years ago, and I go back to the way that felt to me right at that moment.
Yeah. Worship music is very powerful. One thing that, we talked about how anger is the emotion that arises for us. And one thing I was looking at is many people sometimes isolate.
Yes.
And when the challenges come, so they isolate. And man, that hurts my heart because when you do that and take yourself out of things, man, Satan's winning. He's like, that's exactly
and
where I want you
tend to get into a depression
Right.
that you may not even fully understand. And we're not saying go out and just surround yourself with all kinds of people. Be very intentional about it.
Right.
About the people who bring out the best in you and who speak life into you
Right.
when you are going through a very challenging time.
Whenever I was taking care of my mother-in-law, that was such a challenge because I felt very alone.
Yes.
John was out on the road a lot. I was very much alone. And I would get mad, not mad at her, but mad at the whole thing. But I would never be mean to her. That I would come to work and just like complain. And
You
I-
need to be able to spew that
Yes,
out.
and I would say, I know that I sound like a terrible person, but I have to leave this somewhere. And I'm not going to be mean to her. It's not her fault. I'm just mad at the situation. And all these, few years later, I know someone else kind of going through the same thing. And I'm like, I get it.
Yes.
Say what you have to say to me.
That's
because
right.
believe me, of all the
Safe
people,
place.
I
That's
get
a
it.
safe place. That's
A safe
exactly
I
what I was gonna say.
understand what you're saying because I lived it and I know. And you will live. You will not die. You're going to get through it, but it really stinks right now.
Yeah.
And it's important to acknowledge that hard times are awful.
Yes.
Awful. I had known people who say, somehow God's going to bring me out of this. They aren't even acknowledging that it's difficult.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
We need to acknowledge that it's hard.
And don't be people who, well, it will be okay. You'll get through, you know. Just listen. Just listen. Be a listening ear for them. They don't necessarily need for you to say anything sometimes.
They don't want it fixed. Well, we may want it fixed. We can't fix it.
Right.
So, shuddy.
Just listen.
I would
Listen
rather
and
say
pray.
nothing than to say something ridiculous
destructive.
or cliche or destructive.
Cliches are horrible.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Horrible.
One thing, you know, with the isolation thing that I just want to bring up real quick is I know someone right now who's going through a pretty difficult challenge, and I feel like I haven't seen them in church, and they're pulling away, and I'm like, man, that is like the worst thing that you can do. And I don't know why, as Christians, that we do that.
that we do that. But we do.
Don't do that.
do.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
Friends, everybody faces difficult periods in their life. You can draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. Choose your friends wisely. Do not isolate yourself. Stay in the Word. Choose a worship song. Find someone who is your safe place. God loves you. We love you. And you can call one of us. We promise you that.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us today. And when we come back, we're going to have our guest for the day.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Breathe easier with oxygen from Dick's Home Care. Oxygen concentrators give you a continuous oxygen supply at home. Oxygen cylinders supply oxygen without power. And portable oxygen frees you to go. Dick's Home Care technicians will set your oxygen up and make sure you know how to use it. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers, and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. Today we have a lovely guest with us. Denice, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me today, ladies. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I live in Hollidaysburg. I have 2 children, very proud mom of Penn State graduates. And,
Congratulations.
Thank you. And my husband and I have been married now for 27 years, together for like 33 of them. So it's we just keep busy. I run a dance boutique, which is named after my daughter, Sienna's
right.
Dance Boutique. And but a good portion of my time is dedicated to my heart and soul, my passion, the Blair County Food Drive.
And that's what we wanted to talk to you about, Denice, the Blair County Food Drive. Tell us about that. Tell us about the need in our area, how you started doing that, why you started doing it.
So I'm heading into my 23rd year of doing Food Drive.
Wow.
The first year that I started doing a food drive, I was at a grocery store, and a couple people ahead of me was a young mom. She had a couple little, very small children with her. And I kept seeing her say to the cashier, she would like lean in a little bit and say, "Can you put that back? Can you put that back?" And she didn't have a lot of stuff to start with. It was about 10, maybe 11 items. And she ended up with about 3 or 4. And
that breaks my heart.
and it does. It breaks my heart too. And that's when like something just hit me. And she got her stuff and was heading out of the store. I swept right behind the other person that was in front of me and said to the cashier, "Can you hold my stuff and hold her stuff? I'll be back." And she knew I was running after the lady. And I did. I went up to her car, introduced myself, and just heard her story. And that was the moment that I just,
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
But
that's
I knew it was
you
my calling.
heard her
It was my calling.
You saw her.
Yeah.
And you heard her story.
Yeah.
You paid attention. You were aware of what was going on around you. You weren't just super engulfed in your own things.
Oh my goodness.
And you didn't look down on her, which a lot of people would have.
Right.
And you're right, a lot of people do. And the food insecurity in Pennsylvania alone, there's, oh my goodness, 1.7 million people in Pennsylvania that are dealing with food insecurity issues.
and it's not getting better, I'm sure, with prices
It's
the way
been
they
crazy, and our numbers, as far as who we are helping, keep going up and up. Blair County is actually, as far as central Pennsylvania, the 27 counties in central Pennsylvania, Blair County is within the top 5 highest ranked
my
for food
goodness.
insecurity. And that number, over the years, as I've been doing the food drive, I have been finding ways to just grow it and for us to be able to help feed the masses. And the first year that we did a food drive, my family and I had just moved into our house. My daughter Sienna was like 6 months old, and my son was only like 3.5. We separated the food in my living room.
In your living room,
We
yes.
had just moved in. I didn't have any furniture in that room yet. But we got so many donations. And that year we gave to about 65 families. And I said, okay, next year, first of all, I'm gonna have furniture in my living room. We need to find a new location. But we need to be able to help more people. So over the years, I've been working on that and working towards that goal. And this past fall, we actually expanded, instead of just doing at the Sam's and Walmart in Altoona, we also did the Walmart in East Freedom. And so we had 3 different locations. Instead of doing the 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., we expanded the hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we also expanded 3 additional days. I wanted to be able to, get the food out there to as many places as we could. Over the years, I have taken it to where we were doing individual families. And early on, probably within the 3rd or 4th year, I started then giving to nonprofit groups. They have a way of getting to more of the people out there. They have more of those connections. And I wanted to be able to feed the masses. So I am very pleased to say that with the help of our community, and I do think of it as a community event, but here in the fall, we gave to 35 different nonprofit groups in Blair County. And
Praise the Lord.
it's
you
amazing.
gave food
Yeah.
to 35 nonprofits so that they could disperse it.
Yes.
Wow.
And on top of that, we still gave to probably 20 to 30 different individual families that we were approached
That you know,
about.
right.
And some that came up that weren't connected with any of these groups, and that, a lot of them that have full-time jobs and work really hard, but the one family in particular, when the wife came up to me, her husband was going through health issues, so she was trying to basically support the family. They've never asked for help in their life, and kept it anonymous, and we helped them because that's what I want to be able to do, is help as many people as we possibly can. And in the fall, we had approximately, between food donations, gift card donations, and cash donations, approximately $200,000 worth of donations that we were able to give out to families, nonprofit groups in our area.
Beautiful.
It is.
And the community, they come together, and every year they know when we're doing it, they know what we're doing, where it's going to. And we have people that are return customers that come out just because they know we're going to be there, and that start shopping even weeks ahead. And
what can I give you?
so with me saying that we gave to 35 different nonprofit groups, we give to anybody and everybody from age newborn to senior citizens.
Okay.
So a lot of people, because our fall food drive is before Thanksgiving, a lot of people think, oh, it needs to be Thanksgiving food. No, it doesn't. We have backpack programs, and I always use this analogy, and I've used it on television before when they're doing our interviews, of me saying, you know, a lot of people think Thanksgiving, but we can't put a turkey in a backpack.
Right.
You know, those kids can't carry that home. But we have backpack programs, soup kitchens, food pantries, a little bit of everything. So anything and everything that you will eat, even personal items.
Okay.
We have, you know, feminine hygiene products and shampoos and toothpaste and toothbrushes. The Father's House, one of the groups that I've been giving to for probably 15 years. They are always in need of, you know, personal hygiene items and toilet tissue and paper towels, along with food items. And the food that we have come in, it seems to be whatever is needed. It's like the Lord provides to us, because last year here we had, actually, you may even know her. She's very involved in the community, Jody Campbell. Her and her husband are out there doing a lot of great work. But Jody was volunteering over at Walmart. And what we have our volunteers do is when they're standing out there, they ask the people coming in, as you're shopping, if you could pick up some extra items, drop them in our bins on the way out, we'd really appreciate your help. Now, people are welcome to bring stuff from their own pantry or other stores if they'd like to. We won't turn it down. However, I was up at Sam's where we had one of our big trucks, and I had just said to my daughter Sienna, I said, you know, the one thing we haven't gotten much of is bags of potatoes, and which we normally got astronomical amounts of potatoes. And she was like, you know, you're right, like we really haven't. And I said, okay, I said, well, you know, let's just, you know, the Lord will provide. It'll all work out. And I said, I've got to run down to Walmart and check on things down there. I got down there. Jody comes running up to me and says, Denice, can you use potatoes? And I'm like, God. I got chills, and I just, and I was like, wait, what? And she goes, can you use potatoes? And I'm like, absolutely, we can use potatoes. She says, oh, we got a lot of potatoes. And I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. And she takes me over to where our bins are. And I'm like looking around, and I'm like right now, like, we have potatoes. She said, oh yeah, let me show you. And she opens up this box that's like yay big, yay high. And then she opens it up, and it's filled with potatoes. And I'm like,
well, that's nice.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. That'll be a great help. Being as positive, you know, as I can be, appreciating anything and everything we can get. But she goes, oh no. She said, we just had an Amish farmer come out, and he asked me if we could use potatoes because they were so blessed with their harvest this year that they have so many potatoes to give to us. And she said, here is the address. You can't call because they don't have their phone, but here's the address. Go down any day next week, and he will get you taken care of. Now, I'm going down there thinking, you know, I took Sienna, I took Isabella, who ends up being, she's on my board of directors, one of my right arms also. And we went down, and I was like shocked. The potatoes, we had 2 trips, van filled top to bottom, front to back. So it's amazing.
And who would have
It is
thought?
absolutely amazing.
That's right.
Who would have thought the Amish? I thought you were going to say Walmart donate.
Well, Walmart does donate a lot. Sam's Club donates a lot, and the community is amazing. Our spring food drive is coming up April 11th through the 19th.
Okay, April 11th through the 19th at Walmart and Sam's Club.
So in the spring, we do change it up. We only do Sam's Club in the spring because of our volunteer base. In the fall, we do about 800 to 900 volunteers. In the spring, approximately 300 to 400 volunteers. And so, you know, we ask everybody to please come out April 11th through the 19th. Bring donations, come out and shop and donate.
Yeah.
And if a group wants to volunteer, if you have a youth group here at the church, businesses, we have a lot of businesses that come out. Your building center sends out a big team. Small Tube sends out a big team. The school district in Hollidaysburg is one of my sponsors as far as they donate the space for us to separate all of our food. But the Key Club and a bunch of the other organizations in there donate their time.
Denice, thank you for listening to what God put on your heart 20 plus years ago. And friends, donate to the Blair County Food Drive coming up soon, April 11th through the 19th. And when we come back, we will have your tip for the day.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
I love a good cleaning product. I have found, though, that a lot of cleaning products I buy are way too abrasive or way too chemically filled for the things that I need them for. And I know that a lot of you have already heard this recipe, so-called recipe, but I used it recently to clean all of my kitchen cabinets and my bathroom cabinets and stuff because I wanted them nice and clean to start spring, end winter. And what I did was I took about 2 teaspoons of Dawn dishwashing detergent, the blue kind. I did about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of white vinegar, and then I filled it the rest of the way in a spray bottle with water. I mixed it up really good, and I sprayed it on my kitchen cabinets, let it set for a couple of minutes, and then I used a Scrub Daddy. Now, I did not scrub hard. I used it very lightly and went over, because you have all that grime and grease and stuff that gets on your kitchen cabinets, and I did it very lightly with a Scrub Daddy and then wiped it clean with a microfiber cloth. My cabinets were cleaner than they have ever been. I will go back to that and use that over and over again. So I hope that works for you. And if you've got any great cleaning tips or homemade recipe cleaning things that you use, let us know. We'd love to hear about it. We look forward to seeing you next time on Let's Talk About It.